Okay, so getting set up with the bots now, the first step is to go to easytradingbots.ca and clicking on bot signals. Now this is going to take you over to my.easytradingbots.ca, and you can just type that in if you want. Now here are going to be the available signals. As mentioned before, each of these signals has a limit to 250 signals. Again, whether that's 250 people all using one signal or one person, buying 250 signals. And you might wonder, why would somebody buy 250 signals? Well, we will discuss later on that each account cannot exceed $100,000 in value because the leverage will start to change. And we'll talk about that later on. So if you're one of those players, and I do have some people involved in the bots that are using hundreds of thousands of dollars. So if they have $300,000, they pretty much have to have 4 or 5 accounts, because when you add in possible top-up funds and drawdowns and exceeding 100 grand, you can lose your shirt if you go over 100,000 on your balance and your leverage changes. Things can get ugly. So it's really recommended not really to have more than, maybe $50,000 in the bot is kind of what I recommend to people, simply because you might have to add in some top-up funds and then things reach 100 grand and it can get messy. But we will talk about that later on. So that would be the reason why one person would want to have more than one signal. For most people, they're way under that mark, so they're not too concerned on that. Or they may want one for themselves and one for one of their kids or their friends or whatever it would be. So first step here is to sign up. Now I'm over here doing this with a buddy of mine, Bill. So we are going to sign him up here. So Bill, we're going to use your Gmail here. We're going to use his Gmail, and we're going to create his Easy Trading Bots password, which is going to get changed later on, so you people don't try to hack in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to go sign up. Okay, so registration is successful. Now to complete the registration, you do have to go back to your email and check the verification link and activate the account. Okay, and then once you do, let's just remove this from the URL, or you can click the back button and just get back to this dashboard here that we were on before with the signals, and you will get familiar with this because you'll probably check this a fair amount. Now go to login. Okay, so it's myeasytradingbots.ca/login. So we are going to log in with the email that we just used for Bill's for the database. We're going to put in his password, the temporary password we use, and we're going to click login. Account has not been verified. Please check your inbox for activation details. Okay, so there are some issues that have come up with members of the community. So one of them is the company I use to help with this signal is not too good with, I believe it's Yahoo, and there are other emails. So a few things can happen. 1, they can end up in your junk folder. 2, they can take a bit of time to get. And 3, you just can't use some emails. And Yahoo, I believe, is one of them, where the system just simply won't send you an email. So if you find yourself in a situation where you've signed up successfully like this, and you're getting this error, but you never got the email, then I recommend using a Gmail. They work good. If you're using a personal email with like a company@mydomain.com, it's very hit and miss on how this third-party system would handle that. So just know that before you reach out with support tickets, to just try that. You might need to use an email that you not necessarily want to use, because you may run into this. Now, it's very, very rare. I've only heard of a couple instances where this has happened, but I just want you to be aware that it is a possibility. So moving forward from here, I'm going to pause this video. We're going to go into Bill's email. We're going to activate it, and then I'm going to come back at the login step.